Well, hello and welcome to Fix Towers. What we're going to cover now is what our setup is going to be for the forthcoming shows. We're going to be starting with the other side, and then all going well, we'll be moving on to elements of the fix in the same way. Now, switch over the camera. So now normally when we DJ via Sam Broadcaster, all sat down here, and it's all relatively straightforward. You've got all of your MP3s, what you're going to play all over here, and then it goes through and it goes through your little encoder here and goes out into the interwebs, and to you, the listener, gets to listen to it. However, in order to bring the three different medias that we're going to be using, such as CD player, vinyl and MP3s together, we need to sort out a very different system. The reason being is because putting the configuration of the decks where we're sending everything into SAM is not as easy as you would think, because at the end of the day it's not about actual hardware cables, it is about virtual cables getting A to B to C to talk to each other in order to make that happen. So it's been a couple of days of testing and trial and error, but I think we have finally got it. By Jove, I think she's got it, they say. Right, so it pretty much works like this. We have Traktor software, and we have got a set of Denon DJ MC3000 decks. As well as that, we have got our Yamaha CD player and our Audio Techniques actual vinyl record player itself. And in the middle here, we have got what we're going to be classing as our mixer, and this is the USB mixer, and this is what everything goes into. However, it's all pretty much controlled by this little fella here. So as normal decks work, whether it be Virtual DJ or VDJ, or in this case Traktor, all the rest of it, it still works all on our controls right here. So it's all controlled via that right there, and it goes from here down and into this controller here. Now, for the CD player, it working exactly the same thing. However, it's coming through the CD player and into our controller, and then via the controller it's going down and into our USB mixer, and exactly the same for the record player. It's coming through into our decks, and again from our decks down and into the mixer, and then from the mixer it's going into our Sam Broadcaster, which we'll cover in more detail in just a second. So we're going to take the MP3s first. So if we just go for a straightforward load up. So as you progress through, we've got various different volume controls, and this is our primary concern, is getting the volume controls to work effectively and to work correctly in order to get a better sound. If you were just going to play everything via vinyl or everything via CD or everything just via MP3, it's fairly easier to deal with because your ears will adjust to that media as it's a constant flow of a set good quality rate. But because we're going to be dipping in and out, it means our volume controls are also going to be up and down as you progress through, and that's what we're going to be looking at and trying to control. There are five different volume controls in all of this setup. We have our volume controls here for channel A and channel B, all on this side, both here, and the USB volume control over here, and for here USB volume control over here for deck B. So that's A and B decks with their own control here, as well as a master level here. For our record player and for our CD players, which are coming in via line 1 and 2 onto the decks, we've got this system here. Again, there's another volume control right here, but then there is also control over line 1 and line 2 on here, and the way I've got it set up is that line 1 over here is going to be our record player, and then for a line 2 over here is our CD player. This pretty much works exactly as what you would do. The crossfader on a normal set of decks, let's try it that way, decks as we've got here. Okay, so this would work as our crossfader for both those various different types of media. Let's just quite one and the other with the volume control below here. So that's our first set of volume controls. This is another volume control right here. And there's our third volume control with a master volume control up here. As well as that, our CD player, just for added bonus, got its own output volume control level right here. And then lastly, not leastly, we have got our main mix volume control, which is right here, which we're also going to help to get the sound actually into Sound Broadcaster itself. Means that we're going to be using to actually control that. As you can tell, we've got a set of LED lights right here, and we can adjust and play around those in order to keep them down in the amber setting, not letting it go too far up into, not into the red at all, and therefore we can hopefully keep and maintain a set volume as the show progresses through, as we play each one of our medias. Now, back to Sound Broadcaster. This is a normal Sunday evening Sound Broadcaster setup, and it's a fairly straightforward when you're an MP3 DJ, because you just sit your ass in the chair, hit the encoder play or hit your tune play button, hit your encoder play button, and let the rest of it go do its thing. And all you got to do is dip in and out of your microphone settings up here, okay, to talk on the mic as you're going to progress through. We're not going to be using that setup when we go live on the next show. We're going to be using it completely different. So I'm just going to have to go in and set up how we're going to use it on there. And you'll see it's a lot straightforward to what we're normally using. Because this is all we need of the Sound Broadcaster. All we require are the FX module, or so the FX system for the microphone, and the encoder system down the bottom, which we're obviously going to be streaming live on. Now, the reason we just need both these is quite simply because everything is controlled, okay, via these items here. Doesn't matter what we're playing, we're going to be controlling, filtering in and out of the volume controls here, or whatever it is we're going to be playing, or up here as we progress forward, and it all goes into here controlling on this volume control right here. What we need the microphone set up for is because we're streaming, everything is coming through the configuration, and it will be coming through under this sound card system here, which is our USB audio controller, the Kodak, not a normal microphone setting as you can see up there. We're going to be using that one because that is what everything is set to stream out of. So as we hit that, then hit that button, and then hit the local live, you can see already, okay, our levels are starting to go up with what is actually being streamed over here, and everything has been pushed through the Vocal VX, the microphone system on Sam, into the encoder, and therefore it's coming to you, the listener, on Hard Rock Hell Radio, or whatever other media it is that you are listening to. So all in all, that is how the setup works. It seems quite complicated, and the other thing I need to point out is that there are various different ways, as we know, to skin a cat. This is just the easiest method that I've found out to do it. I could actually do it another way if I wanted to. I could actually make sure everything goes through this, or everything actually drops down into the actual Yamaha RAID, the stereo amplifier, and then I could bring it back up into our box via these lines in here, and then send it back in stream. But this is the easiest way to set it all up for me, and it's the one that I've managed to figure out, and more importantly memorize in my head, so I know what it is I'm attempting to do. There you go. Last thing I need to point out is that the mic, in this case, you can see the levels on there. The mic is a clever enough system, but it's kind of like a permanently live, but it only picks up everything that goes through there. And I just need to get my head around how to use the mic effectively, okay? Because I will not be able to use the mic when the record player is playing, or when the CD player is playing, because that is coming straight through via the line in and the line 1 and line 2, and straight into there. It doesn't interfere with any of this other guppence here, so the mic can only really be used when it's been used via the Traktor and the MP3 software that we are using. There. Does that make sense? We'll see. Don't worry, there won't be a test. However, hopefully I'll remember what the hell it is I've just been talking about. Cheers and thanks for your time. See you on Thursday.